Alright, so for the third straight year, I'm going to hit a new milestone with my coaster count. On July 22nd, 2017, I rode my 200th coaster, Cannibal at Lagoon. On July 15th, 2018, I rode my 300th coaster, Phantom's Revenge at Kennywood. My count stands at 383, and if you saw my last video, I plan on getting around 30 new credits this year. So I will almost for sure clear the 17 I need to get to 400. In this video, I'll be looking at my schedule to see what my 400th coaster might be. My first trip is coming up in April, and I'll be hitting 5 parks over 5 days, but there aren't a lot of new credits here for me. So I'm going to start at Six Flags Over Georgia, and I got all the credits there last year, except for one, and that's Joker Funhouse Coaster. So I plan on getting on that this year. It's a respectable family coaster, and I'm assuming it's going to be open, so if I ride it, it'll bring me to 384. Next up is Dollywood, and there's only one coaster there I haven't ridden, and that's Whistle Punk Chaser. I don't really plan on riding this, and sometimes it depends on the crowd if I attempt a kitty credit. If nobody's really around, I may try to sneak on, but if there's a line, there's no way I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to assume this is not going to happen. Dragonflyer is part of Wildwood Grove, but when I go in April, I doubt this will be open, so no new credits at Dollywood for me. The next park is Carowinds, and I definitely plan on getting a new credit with Copperhead Strike. I also have never ridden Wilderness Run, but I don't plan on getting that credit either, so I should leave Carowinds with 385. Next up is Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I have not been here in 11 years, so there are quite a few new credits here. So first and foremost is Grover's Alpine Express, which looks like a clone of Air Grover at Busch Gardens, Tampa, which I've ridden, so I will try to get this credit. But one thing to consider is that I'll be here on a Saturday, so if it has a long line, I may skip it. But I will for sure get a ride on Verbolten, Invader, and Tempesto, so assuming I get all 4, that brings my count to 389. The final park of the April trip is Six Flags America, and I was also here 11 years ago, and on my last trip, Batwing was closed, so I'm really hoping to get on that. They also have the last B&M I've never ridden, which is Firebird, and I don't think this will be open when I go, so I'm going to cross that off my list. And one coaster I forgot about in my last video was Ragin Cajun, which I rode at Six Flags Great America in 2013, but I do consider relocated coasters as new credits. So I am realistically expecting to get 2 new credits here, which will bring me to 391. So less than 2 weeks after I get back from that trip, I am going to Texas to go to Six Flags Over Texas and Six Flags Fiesta Texas. But I go there quite a bit, so there are no new credits there for me. My next trip is in late August, and in theory, West Coast Racers should be open at my home park of Six Flags Magic Mountain before then, so when I ride that, that'll be 392. My August trip will start at Lagoon, and I got all the credits there in 2017 except for Puff the Little Fire Dragon. But on this trip, I will have my 6-year-old with me, so I plan on getting this credit with her, so that will be 393. Next up is Silverwood, which has 5 coasters that I could realistically see myself riding. For sure, I will get on Aftershock, Timber Terror, Tremors, and Corkscrew. They also have an SBF spinner called Crazy Coaster, which I will try to ride, and a kiddie coaster named Tiny Toot, which I do not plan to ride. So I could leave here with 398. So on the way to Vancouver, I'm planning on making a stop at Cultist Lake Adventure Park, which is home to a coaster called Runaway Mine Train, which is a respectable looking Zamperla family coaster, and also Blast and Barrels, which is an SBF spinner. If everything goes as I described up to this point, I would leave with my 400th credit, which kinda sucks. But there's a high likelihood that there will be some issues along the way, so I'll continue to the next park, which is PNE Playland. Now, a really cool 400th credit would be Coaster at Playland, so if it all works out, I'll do my best to make this number 400. They also have Corkscrew from Final Destination 3 and an SPF spinner, so if I'm 2 or 3 short, I can use those to get to 400. If something goes very wrong up to this point, my next park is the Washington State Fair, so I wouldn't mind making Classic Coaster my 400th either. So there you go. It looks like my 400th coaster will come in Canada, and I'll try to see if I can make it Coaster at Playland. That being said, I won't be passing up any credits to make that happen, so I'll let it play out naturally. So that's all I have for now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.